The establishment fears progressivism. There's some good historical data to back up that claim. The quintessential example is FDR. FDR served 4 consecutive presidential terms, back to back to back to back, before Republicans came up with term limits for the president of 8 years. So we're all well aware of that. But before those 8 years came in, he did 16 years. Okay? There's a reason why. Because he actually systemically changed society for the working class of this country. And Republicans and liberals alike saw that, and they're just like, we got to get this guy out of here. We can't do this anymore. Our jobs, our careers are in peril because we have this populist progressive person in FDR. We have to get him out. And that despisement of progressives because of what FDR did is a big reason progressivism is so stifled now by the Democratic Party and Republican Party alike. They're both against progressives because of that historical precedent. And when we fast forward and we kind of zoom out and we look at the discourse, like I want you to go online and look at the discourse from right-wingers geared towards Bernie Sanders and AOC and any other progressive. It is the most virulent, toxic discourse on the internet as far as politics goes, besides the anti-Trump stuff. They go hard against AOC and hard against Bernie and hard against Justice Democrats and people like David Hogg and the newer generation. They go so virulently hard on progressives because they know the threat. AOC in New York, she has Trump voters voting for her and Donald Trump at the top of the ticket. Did you hear that? Let me say that one more time. In this past election where AOC got reelected in New York, you had Trump supporters in New York voting for AOC and also simultaneously voting for Trump at the top of the ticket. That's how potent progressivism is. And Republicans take note. Some Republicans are on board with it because AOC functions within the establishment, but she's definitely an anti-establishment type figure. She's definitely more of a democratic socialist. She's unbought. She does not take any PAC money. She does not take any billionaire money. She has a strong populist message for the people of this country. And a section of Trump supporters are even voting for her in New York. That's how big the threat is. And they see it. They know it. And they fight hard. They attack progressives like liberals attack Trump. It's the same fervor. It's the same, just high-pitched, toxic fighting. Because the threats are real. The Trump threat is real. And obviously, progressivism, the threat of progressivism is real. Reforming society to suit working class people is real. And the bootlickers and their minions are out in force. And so progressivism is a threat. And it was a threat back in 2016 when Democrats worked against Bernie Sanders. And again in 2020, where Obama made his phone calls behind the scene, told everybody to drop out against Bernie and rally around Joe Biden after he won South Carolina. Not running a primary in 2024 to give Bernie or some other progressive a chance. That's all a part of it. So we see it happening on all sides. That progressivism is so promising and it has such historical precedent for real systemic change in the United States of America. The establishment is doing everything and has been doing everything that it can to suppress it And I need liberals especially to have this come to Jesus moment, because I tried to talk to them about this in 2016. I tried to talk about this to them in 2020. I've been trying to tell them for the better part of the last decade, okay, that the Bernie Sanders, the AOC message of progressivism is what is needed. And now liberals are just starting to wake up like, oh my God, wait a minute. I've been railing against Bernie and progressives for the past decade. And the proof is out there on tour with Bernie and AOC's Fighting Oligarchy tour. It has woken up liberals nationwide that they were wrong about the direction of this country. It is not the heart of the party, the heart of the country is not with these feckless, milquetoast, right-wing, centrist type neoliberals like Joe Biden, like Kamala Harris, like Pete Buttigieg, like Gavin Newsom, and all these capitalist cretins. It is with the party that says we're going to reform capitalism. Okay, that's what progressivism really entails. If you don't know, we're going to reform. We're going to put a bridle on it. We're going to make capitalism not exploit people as much. Okay, like they're not even talking about getting rid of capitalism, which we should probably do. Okay, but they're just talking about making it more tolerable. They're not even talking about getting rid of it, reforming it, regulating it, so it's not exploiting people as much. Oh my God, really? That is so mild. This is why I always say Bernie and AOC are centrists. These are not far left figures at all. I don't care what Bernie says he is. I don't care what he thinks he is. This guy is a centrist. Their message is centrist. The domestic agenda is all centrism. Common sense stuff most Western countries already have implemented. It's absurd that these people are far left. But that's neither here nor there. They fear progressives. They fear us. They fight us harder than anybody. Maybe Trump. I don't know. We all fight Trump pretty hard. But second to that, it is progressives who are the threat to the establishment. Because they want their careers. They don't care about their constituents. They're worried about losing their jobs, man. You have to understand, this is a racket for a lot of establishment cronies. Like, this is just for their personal equity. They're in politics just for their own personal experience, to build inroads for their businesses. It's just crony capitalism across the board. They might throw their constituents a bone every now and then to let them know that they're doing their job sometimes. But we know the establishment is failing for most of us. We all know that. We're all living that. 62% of American workers live paycheck to paycheck and likely wouldn't be able to afford a $500 emergency. Like, we're living the crisis of capitalism now. And these people, they don't care about us. They care about their own wallets. They care about their own corruption. And progressivism and progressives by and large are uncorrupted. They don't take billionaire or PAC money. They don't bow down to capital. They regulate it and make it work for us. Okay? Not send everything up to the top where we struggle for scraps. That's not how progressivism works. It turns that around. So, but pay attention to the discourse next time you're online and you see Ben Shapiro attack AOC and you see him attack Bernie Sanders. It is the most virulent, toxic attacks because they know the threat is real. And they're not wrong. I will validate that. They're not wrong. For them to feel threatened by AOC and Bernie Sanders and progressivism by and large, yeah, you should be. Because it's popular with the people. Lucky for conservatives, they have liberals working against us. That's the thing. See, they hate liberals all day long, but at the end of the day, liberals throw conservatives an assist by keeping us at the back of the line, us progressives. So it's just despicable politics, but it's the truth. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a lovely day. I'll talk to you soon. Leave me a comment down below.